Hello everybody, here Rene from Spain with a new video made from the shop. It has been a very long time ago, but I had problems with my camera and now I'm making this video for the first time. I'm making a video with my phone. You know, it's a new phone I bought and I'm here in the shop. It's just a quick video. I want to show a lot of vinyl that I've been playing in the shop. So all this vinyl, I will try to show everything. But if customers come in, then I will just hang up. So if the video got cut, it's because customers came in. Anyway, soon I will go to Leyendas del Rock Festival, you know, to see a lot of bands. You know, it's a 3 days festival, and I'm going on Friday. Because I'm only going to 2 days to the festival, Friday and Saturday, with my wife and a friend. So it's going to be great. We're going to see a lot of bands. Hammerfall, for example, are playing there. Deicide, Brainstorm, and some other cool bands. And after that, we will come back, and then we will leave. We will go to France, to Cannes. We are going to Italy, to Venice. Later, we are going to Hungary for 5 days. Then we go to Germany for a couple of days, and then we drive back to Spain. We're going to do everything by car in 12 days. Anyway, that's enough about me. I think I can put it maybe like this. I can show the records. Like this. Okay. Gamma Ray. I think this was the third album by the band from 1991. Could also be the second. Ralph Shippers was of course still the singer of the band. This is great. Heavy power metal. Annihilator, second album, Neverland. You see, of course I don't have to talk a lot about this because you know most of it, but this is quite a rare compilation. And here we have Stormwitch on it, Restless, Tyrant Pace. Of course, Tyrant Pace was Ralph Shippers' band. Kakumen, and Kakumen later, you know, became Bonfire. At least the vocalist went to Bonfire. Davey Lee Roth, great second, I think it's the second full-length album, because also he did the EP and then an album and then this one. But this one is so good. I love this album. So many good songs on it, especially for the summer. It's just a really cool summer record. Another compilation I listened to, it's Italian, a lot of Italian bands, because this is Metal Master. It came out on Metal Master Records, and I think it was an Italian label. This is from 1990. Here we have Royal Air Force on here, Bulldozer, Stranoficina, Sabotage, Dead Rage, Dead SS. See? Anthrax, second full-length album, first with Belladonna, of course. I really like the song The Enemy. I mean, The Enemy doesn't really sound like the rest of the album, I think. It's more heavy metal. You know, it's really cool, The Enemy. And Medusa is a great song too, of course. I listened to some of these picture discs, you know, this interview picture disc. This is one of Rat. This one is of Celtic Frost. And here we also have two songs on it. See, it's not only interviewed, but also sung. And this came out on picture disc. See, it's very cool. Sounds quite good too, to be honest. Okay, a little bit of AOR, Still Breeze. If you like 80s Kansas, 707, maybe Survivor, you will also like them. Stiletto, quite a rare, this came out on Azra Records. Great Stiletto. You know, it's more like a kind of a hard rock band. Slaven, another one on Azra Records if I'm not mistaken. Or on their own label, maybe they released it themselves. See, you can see the guys here. Sweet Pain, This came out on Combat. You know, strange because Combat had a lot of thrash metal, of course, releases. And this is more kind of a sleazy metal. You know, like LA Guns, Festa Pussycat. You know, stuff like that. Saxon, Innocent is No Excuse. To me, this is an underrated record. I really like it, from the mid-80s. Concrete Jungle, another underrated records. Hard and heavy records. Really cool. The guys looked very cool. Why everybody looked so cool in the 80s? You know, nowadays the men don't look as cool anymore, you know, as before. Before they tried to look cool. Now a lot of times they look stupid. Yeah, sorry about that. Ruthless, sorry. This band are back together again. I don't know how many original band members are there, but this is their first full-length album. It came after the great mini LP that they did. King Cobra. This is a little note I made, because the singer later became the Foreigner singer. On the Unseen, I don't remember the name of the album, but I know the album came out in '91, and of course Lou Gramm was not in the band anymore, and they got this singer Johnny Edwards, and he sang on Unusual Heat from '91. Here we have, I think, the third full-length album by Festa Pussycat that came out in the '90s. Oh no, '89. I think this is the second album actually, the second album. Armed Forces, Let There Be Metal, amazing stuff. Of course, this is great. I bought in the '90s. Nowadays you cannot buy things like this anymore. It's too expensive. Armed Forces. Festa Pussycat, this is actually their '91 album. And I checked it up, I bought this when it came out. I still remember exactly where I bought it, you know, in Alicante, in the record shop. This came out in '92. And this is very rare nowadays on vinyl. Very rare. I mean, 60, 70 euros. I was really shocked about it. I listened to this actually today. 38 special. This is a kind of a best of. Black Rose from Australia. You know, back in the early 80s, you had quite a few of those bands that were playing heavy rock music, you know, in Australia. You know, not only AC/DC was there, but you also had Heaven, for example. And of course, Black Alice. Sorry, Black Alice. Or Bengal Tiger was another band from the early 80s. Barón Rojo, great album with so many great songs. Pico de Oro, Sombras en la Noche, Tierra de Nadie, classic from the mid-80s. I'm checking if somebody's gonna come. Nobody's coming. Rough, this is their only album they did, with the female vocalist. If you like Warlord mixed with Halion, you will like Rough. First Cut. Artillery, Fear of Tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken, it was the debut album. I mean, nowadays Artillery they have a different vocalist, and they play a different style too. They're still good, but this is what I like the most, the early Artillery. I mean, this is a classic thrash speed metal album. Tigers of Pangtang debut album. Amazing album too, of course. I don't have to talk about. Euthanasia. Love it. A little bit of crushed punk, Discharge. This is an like a compilation with their singles. With a lot of the early singles are on here. Some cool stuff. At War, Order to Kill. Debut album. I mean, my favorite album by them. Spellbound by Tigers of Pangtang. I think this was the second full-length album. Crazy Night was the third. Okay. Anyway, Raven, All for One. And I listened to Whipped Out. See? Good records. I've been listening this in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Ravage, Racquetball. This album is okay. It's not a killer album in my opinion. Just okay. On Shrapnel Records. And marketed by Roadrunner. Anyway. Ethan, debut album, really a killer one. I make a note. Produced by Ronnie Montrose. Set Me Free. It's a cover song by the band Sweet. And my favorite songs are Breaking the Silence, Save the Skull, Goblin's Blade. That was originally on the demo from '86. And Open the Grave. That was also originally on the demo from '86. But this album came out in '87. Great stuff. More Baron Rojo. I was reading this magazine, you know, it was just by mistake in this pile. This is a newer magazine, the other one from '92, and this one is from 2019. I listened to this one, not on vinyl, but I listened to the download that came with it. And the last one I listened to is Greta Van Fleet. You know, I'm happy that this band exists because other young people will find out that still you can make good music nowadays too. You know, you don't have to grow up in the 70s or grow up in the 80s or the 90s to be able to make good music. You can still sound good in 2019 if you dedicate your life to it, like all the older great classic bands did back in the 70s, 80s, 90s and 2000s. Okay, this is my last video till September. I hope so you liked it. I hope so I don't look stupid on this in this video because it's my first one. I think people are coming. No, nobody's coming. Okay, stay metal and have a great summer. Take care, everybody.